Welcome to the deep dive. We know you want to get smart, fast on the important stuff.
That's the goal.
So today we're digging into a new approach for patient monitoring in hospitals and clinics.
Yeah, specifically looking at Aulisa Medical's system, it's FDA cleared, called the CMPM, Centralized Multiple Patient Monitoring.
Right. And our mission here is basically to get a handle on what it does, its core features, and, what impact it might have. We're drawing from their info, like a YouTube video overview.
Okay, sounds good. Where should we start?
Well, one thing that jumped out right away was the accessibility. They make a point of saying no software installation needed.
Exactly. That's pretty significant. Think about it. Nurses or doctors can just use any computer, open a browser, log in, and boom, they're in.
That cuts down on a lot of hassle up front, I imagine. No waiting for IT.
For sure. It means facilities can, potentially get this up and running much faster and focus on the actual care part.
Makes sense. So once they are logged in, what do they see? The source mentioned real-time vitals?
Yeah, real time, for up to 16 beds simultaneously.
16. Wow. And we're talking the key stuff like,
Blood oxygen saturation, heart rate, temperature, the critical indicators.
Okay, but just seeing numbers is one thing.
Mm.
What makes the real-time aspect so valuable, according to the info?
It's about being proactive, not just reactive.
Yeah.
You can set custom alarm limits, upper and lower, for each vital sign for each patient.
Ah, okay. So if something goes off.
The system triggers immediate alerts, both audible, like a beeper sound, and visual on the screen.
So like if someone's oxygen dips unexpectedly.
Exactly. Staff get notified instantly.
Yeah.
It gives them that chance to intervene before it becomes, a major crisis. It's about catching things early.
That proactive element sounds like a really key shift. The info also mentioned managing multiple patients and alarms at the same time. How does that change the workflow?
Well, think about a busy nurse. Instead of having to constantly do physical rounds just to check vitals.
Which takes time.
A lot of time. Here, they have a central screen showing everyone they're responsible for. They see the real-time data. They see any active alarms popping up.
So they can prioritize better. Go straight to where the need is.
Precisely. It allows for more efficient allocation of their attention and expertise. It could really streamline things on the floor, maybe even set a new standard for how monitoring's done.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, beyond the immediate moment, what about data? The source mentioned downloadable history.
Right, the vital signs history. It's exportable, apparently, in whatever format the user prefers.
Why is that feature important? Seems like a detail, but maybe it's not.
Oh, it's a big deal for analysis. Clinicians, researchers, they can take that historical data and look for trends over time.
Like see if a certain treatment is actually working based on the vital signs?
Exactly. Or compare outcomes, identify patterns in certain conditions. It turns all that raw monitoring data into, actual insights you can use to improve care down the line.
Okay, that makes sense. And patient safety was another big theme. They specifically noted it works even for very small patients.
Yes, even tiny patients, like in the NICU.
Yeah.
Being able to monitor them reliably in real time is obviously crucial.
Gives peace of mind, I guess, for staff and families.
Definitely. Knowing those subtle changes can be caught immediately provides a huge layer of reassurance in those really high-stakes environments.
And speaking of sensitive things, data security, always a concern. What did the source say about that?
They mentioned secure storage with double encryption. And options too, facilities can choose cloud storage or keep it local on their own servers.
That flexibility is good, addresses privacy regulations and just general data protection needs.
Right. It gives them control while using strong security measures, which is non-negotiable in healthcare.
Totally. Lastly, they touched on customization, interface, and integration.
Yeah, briefly. Customizable interface just means they can tweak how it looks and functions to fit their specific workflow better. Makes it easier to adopt.
And integration.
That means it can potentially connect and share data with other hospital IT systems like electronic health records. Avoids having data stuck in silos. Makes everything work together more smoothly.
Gotcha. So pulling it all together then, it sounds like the core ideas are easy browser access, real-time monitoring for multiple patients, customizable alerts for safety.
Plus the ability to manage those alerts efficiently, analyze historical data, strong security, and flexibility for different places.
All aimed at, better patient safety and maybe making the staff's jobs a bit more manageable.
That seems to be the core pitch, yeah. It's using accessible tech and real-time data to improve care and workflow.
It's definitely an interesting development, which leads to maybe a final thought for our listeners.
Yeah.
Considering this kind of easy access, centralized, real-time data, How might systems like this really reshape the day-to-day decisions and routines in the healthcare settings, or are interested in? It feels like quite a fundamental shift.
That's a good question to ponder. The potential ripple effects are significant.
Definitely something to think about. If you want to dig deeper into Aulisa Medical Systems specifically, their site is www.aulisa.com. That's AULISA.com. And there's an email, information@ala.com.
Good resources if people want the specifics.
Absolutely. Thanks for diving deep with us today.